It's a really nice day in the neighborhood, a good day in the neighborhood. Would you, could you be my neighbor? Anyway, it's beautiful out, sunny. Look at that sunshine. It's so nice. I was going through some of my stuff and I found this poem that I had written for a seventh grade school English project. Now, I have to be honest. I don't know for sure if my girlfriends and I, because it was like four girls. We had to work together as a team, and it was a school project. And to be honest, I mean, we were really good writers, and I would almost swear to it that we wrote this completely. I was a very good writer. I still am, and I wrote poems all the time when I was younger. Back when I was, you know, blindfolded and wearing rose-colored glasses and thought the world was all sweet and nice and all that. Of course, this was about the time when I started seeing the truth in the world. Like I said, I'm pretty darn sure that we wrote this, but it was a school project, so I can't honestly say we never cheated. So, I mean, there's a chance that we may have plagiarized. I'm 99% sure we wrote it, but it was 42 years ago, so I can't swear to it. In fact, look how old this paper is. It's this is a 42-year-old piece of paper with a poem written for a 7th grade school project. It's called The Box. And with all the nonsense going around after this election, with Trump supporters being bashed and slammed, and all the Hillary supporters out, life is gonna end. The nukes are coming. Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, it's totally appropriate time to read this poem. So, here it goes. It's called The Box. Once upon a time, in the land of Hushabye, around the wondrous days of yore, they came across a sort of box, bound up with chains and locked with locks, and labeled kindly do not touch, it's war. A decree issued round about, with a flourish and a shout, and a gaily colored mascot tripping lightly on before. Don't fiddle with the deadly box, or break the chains, or pick the locks, and please don't ever mess about with war. Well, the children understood. Children happened to be good, and were just as good around the time of yore. They didn't try to pick the locks or break into the deadly box, and never tried to play about with war. Mommies didn't neither, sisters, aunts, nor grannies neither, 'cause they were quiet and sweet and pretty in those wondrous days of yore. Well, very much the same as now, and not the ones to blame somehow for opening up the deadly box of war. And someone did. Someone battered in the lid and spilled the inside out across the floor. A sort of bouncy, bumpy ball made up of flags and guns and all, the tears and horror and death that goes with war. It bounced right out. It went bashing all about and bumping into everything in store. And what was sad and most unfair was that it didn't really seem to care much who it bumped or why or what and for. It bumped the children mainly, and I'll tell you this quite plainly. It bumped them every day and more, and leaves them dead and burned and dying, thousands of them sick and crying. And when it bumps, it's very, very sore. There is a way to stop the ball, and it isn't very hard at all. All it takes is wisdom, and I'm absolutely sure we could get it back in the box and bind the chains and lock the locks. But no one seems to want to save the children anymore. Well, that's the way it all appears, 'cause it's been bouncing around for years and years, in spite of all the wisdom whizzed, since those wondrous days of yore, and the time we came across the box, bound up with chains and locked with locks, and labeled, kindly do not touch, it's war.